Greetings, folks. This is Volt, continuing the Hunters of the Mythos Season 2 Dunwich Legacy Kukri Cup Challenge. Patrice Hathaway, cursed, and her kukri in hand, has arrived at the Miskatonic Museum, and let's see how she's going to fare. Let's take a look at our deck status. As a refresher, we are taking an ascetic deck, so I'm not earning any experience between scenarios, but I do have Down the Rabbit Hole, which I'm using to upgrade 2 cards each scenario by a measly 1, but it'll pay off over time, hopefully, is the theory. We're slowly racking up points in the Always Prepared upgrade for Grizzled. We've got 2 there from the first 2 scenarios. For Living Ink, we already have Subtle Depiction from the first scenario, and I've added a point into Eldritch Ink so that after this scenario, I can finish it out and circle another skill. I had been talking about putting points into Macabre Depiction instead, but I realized belatedly that Macabre Depiction and Subtle Depiction kind of conflict. It's been ruled that if you have ignored Living Ink during your turn via Subtle Depiction, then you can't also use Macabre Depiction in that same turn to recharge the Living Ink. So I'm going with the Eldritch Ink instead, so that it gives me another stat boost. I'm thinking maybe Combat, so that I can turn it on when needed, when it's a turn when I know that I'm actually going to be fighting using the Kukri, maybe with a jerry rig attached to it to allow me to swing at a base 6. 6, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yes, we will see. Also, I now have Henry Armitage. By the rules of the Kukri Cup Challenge, I can't actually play him or any other allies, but he's a 3rd Unexpected Courage, and I'll happily take that for this Patrice deck. The Miskatonic Museum. As a cursed player character, our mission is number 1. What a fascinating creature, you want to study it. Of course, we're talking about the Hunting Horror. And what is it we need to do? If the Hunting Horror is down only 1 health, then I can, as the only investigator, the lead, as a free triggered ability, test any skill 2 times the number of players minus 2. There's 1 player here, so that's test any skill 0. So I'm just testing to see if I don't pull auto-fail, which is fine. And if I succeed, then I learn more about the creature and it retreats. I put a horror on it, I heal it, and I move it to the location farthest away from me, exhausted. And if I fail, it attacks me. And for every horror that I get on it over the course of the scenario, that's going to be worth a point. And once it gets up to 8 on it, then we advance and we're done earning points. Of course, we also still need to try to complete the scenario itself. Per standard rules of the Hunters of the Mythos, I need a successful resolution in order to get a full 3 points for the scenario. That means getting to the Restricted Hall and clearing it, completing the act deck, and either burning or taking the Necronomicon. So we're going to see how we do. As a reminder, we also have our Cursed ability. Before I draw my opening hand, I can draw random tarot cards from Return to the Circle Undone, have their negative effects afflict me, and then I can search the top X times 5 cards of my deck for any card and play it, ignoring all costs. I like to live dangerously by pulling 2 of these, so let's pull 2 tarots, see what they do to me, and then we'll search the top 10 cards of our deck for a card. What do we got? Not the whole deck. We have Justice. The final agenda of the game enters play with 1 doom on it, okay? And the Empress. During the first agility test each round, I get -1 agility. These are, I think, pretty okay. I'm just going to reduce my agility by 1. As a reminder, I doubt there's going to be a lot of agility testing. I don't remember if there's even any agility treacheries in this scenario. So hopefully that won't hit me too much. And let's just take the Justice one and let's put that as a reminder here. Actually, what I'm going to do. Yes. No, that didn't work. I wanted to make an agenda sandwich. All right, well, I'll just need to remember. Last agenda has an extra doom. Okay, now let's search our top 10. What do we get? Voice of Ra, Plucky, A Living Ink to start, and Mind's Eye. Well, we're going with Mind's Eye, I think. Heck yes. Okay. Let's shuffle those back. And now let's draw a starting hand for real. Let's move this over here. Our random basic weakness is indebted. That's why we're only starting with 3 resources. We have 2 mental trauma. Let's see what we get. Another Mind's Eye. Spectral Shield, Winging It, Test of Will, Grizzled. Now, part of what I'm thinking about is, there are, of course, 2 ways to get into the museum. You can either get the 2 clues outside and then spend them to get inside, or you can break down the door. Breaking down the door involves passing a Combat 5 test. With Mind's Eye, that might be a Willpower 5 test. That's still a pretty high number. I'd like a hand that lets me accomplish that reasonably. What's our token bag? That's what I'm trying to check. Right. Skulls are -1. -3 of the hunting horrors at your location. Cultist is -1. So most of the bag, well, 2/3 of the bag is I want to be up by 1. 4/5 of the bag I want to be up by 2. So it would be lovely if I could be testing at 7 to break down the door. And I'm thinking about if this starting hand would let me do it. Of course, I would discard Mind's Eye to add more charges to it. So I'd be at 4. Spectral Shield is 5. Test of Will would be 6. Grizzled would be 7. That would get me all the way up there. And then I do have Winging It. Winging It is a way that I could potentially get the starting 2 clues. I forget what the Shroud is. What I don't really have is a means to discard, and I probably will get better commits, frankly. I think we can do better in terms of commits. So Spectral Shield is not bad, but Omni early, since I will have it's secrets that Mind's Eye runs on. Spectral Shield has its only real battery here is Living Ink, which is substandard, but we're making do based on the Kukri Cup challenge. So I think we're going to keep the Mind's Eye and the Winging It, but I am actually going to toss the rest back. That's not what I want. Let's see what we get instead. All the charges, a jury rig, and another test of will. Interesting. All right. I might be spending my first turn outside. Well, let's open up the outside. Museum entrance. 3 Shroud. Oh, that's higher than I thought. 3 Shroud, 2 clues. Now, I can't gain resources here. So if I spend the first turn outside, I'm not going to get a resource during upkeep. Is what it is. But you can't enter the museum halls. You can spend an action and test Fist 5 to break it down. Then you advance the act. Or I can gather the 2 clues and spend them to advance the act. I prefer to break it down because that way you don't get the story ally Adam Lynch, who is fine, but much more likely to inadvertently die and throw a tablet token into your bag, which I don't want. And also that means I can just straight up use the clues here to reveal more of the museum later on. All right. Well, let's discard these Mind's Eyes to power up. Each adds 2 secrets, so now we have 7 secrets on Mind's Eye, which is pretty good. Let's play Jury Rig on the Kukri, of course, so we have 3 boosts for it. Honestly, I'm thinking I'm going to draw a card. Yeah, let's draw a card, see what we get. Oh, Alter Fate. I mean, I want that later for Beyond the Veil, but it's not my only Beyond the Veil solution. And I do have Resourcefuls in the deck, so I could always try to come back for it. So I think what we're going to do then, try to break it down. We have a reasonable shot. We're going to test to break it down. We use a secret from Mind's Eye, so we're testing 4 on 5, 5 on 5, 6 on 5. We're 1 up. Not to be. Door resisted our efforts. All right, fine. No enemies. We upkeep, but we don't get a resource. We're back down to 3. Here's more question marks. Promise of power, cornered. All right, good. Right. Okay. This door will not withstand our assault. One doom, make sure this is shuffled. Oh, I needed to make the exhibit deck. So we got the restricted hall. That gets shuffled together with two, we got to shuffle this. Shuffle this, put 2 halls with it. Shuffle. Now shuffle these other 3 and stack them on top. So the restricted hall that I want is, let's put this up here. Yeah, this is fine. The restricted hall that I want is in the bottom 3 of this 6-card deck. All right. Shuffle and encounter card. We have Cursed Luck. -1 to our skill tests until we over-succeed a test by 1 or more. I mean, I could try to test of will, but that seems a waste. We're probably going to, hopefully, get what we want without that. We'll power through it. Okay, so now we are going to play this winging it from the discard and try to get these 2 clues. So I'm testing 2 against 2. And I've got now... Oh, actually, before we do that, we will play cornered. Yes. Now we'll use our last resource to play winging it. All right, so if I use just book, let's think through what my turn is. This and then punch down the door. Punch down the door. If we can get to... Oop, that's not what I want. Where is... There we go. That's what I want. All right, sorry. Let me fix up my my cameras here. Yes, all right. So, I mean, if we could get 4 up, that's everything but the auto fail. Can we get up to 9? If we Mind's Eye and Promise of Power, that's 8. Test of Will makes it 9. Yes, there's a curse, low price. That's fine. As well, I could discard with cornered, make it 10, actually. So then that means with winging it, I could just commit Unexpected Courage and Dr. Armitage, and then I'm testing 6. I have -1 because of the Cursed Luck. So I would be testing 1 against 2, 3 against 2, 5 against 2. That seems pretty good. 5 against 2? Yeah, we'll run that. Winging it. 5 on 2. We are 3 up. Calls -1. We pass by 2, which discards Cursed Luck. Winging it shuffles back in. And we get both clues. Good. Now let's try to break down the door. We're going to use Mind's Eye, so we're testing willpower. We're testing 4 against 5, 8 against 5, add a curse. And we'll use corner to discard Test of Will so that we are 10 against 5. Let's see if we break it down. We're 5 up. -1. We have broken it down. All right, so we advance to Act 1B. We did not spend clues. We perform the action ability. With great strength, you break down the door to the museum, making considerable noise. The security guard sees you enter, cries out in fear, as he should. I've got a kukri in hand, and rushes toward the back of the museum. We advance to Act 2, breaking and entering. Not this one. Whoop, that's the other act. This one. And the goal is to enter the restricted hall. Okay, there we go. One moment. Be right back. And we're back. Apologies for the interruption. So, what have we done? We had just busted in the museum halls. And, oh, I was supposed to reveal it. Yes? Do I move in automatically? What is it? What did it say? We reveal it. Okay, but we have not moved in. Okay. Boom. So, museum halls. Also, this should have been... We should have shuffled these and removed one. Shuffled these and removed one. So now we have done exactly that. Museum halls, 2 shroud, no clues. Connected to every copy of exhibit hall. I can spend an action and 2 clues here to put the top card of the exit deck into play unrevealed. And that is what we are going to be doing. But right now, we are stuck here outside. We haven't walked in yet. So, end around, we upkeep, but we won't get a resource. But hey, we got some things to play that don't take resources. So that's pretty nice. Mythos. We're at 2 of 5 Doom. What's our encounter card? Ephemeral Exhibits. Test book 3. If you fail, lose an action for each point you failed by. Well, I'd really rather not. So, let's see. What's my turn going to be? It's going to be moving in. It's going to be... Honestly, I think it's going to be moving in and placing 2 exhibits. So... Oh, no. I should play the second jury rig is what I should do. So, let's see. Shame to... one moment. Apologies for the interruptions. I'm very popular this evening. Ephemeral exhibits. So... Yeah, move, play jury rig, play some things. So let's commit unexpected courage, and let's use corner to discard this impromptu barrier. So we are testing 6 on 3. Yeah, 6 on 3. We're 3 up. Ooh, we failed by 1, so we actually lose an action. All right. Well, it's fine. We're going to have an even more boring turn of moving in as our, well, second action. And then third action, we're going to play this other jury rig. So now we have both of them in play. Super jury rigged Kukri. Total of 6 uses on that. And because it's fast, we will play Premonition to see what token. Oh, well, it's a curse. The one curse. I guess the consequences of my actions are catching up to me. That's fine. All right. No enemies, we upkeep. And we have a regular upkeep this time. We actually get a resource. Plucky. Captivating performance. I don't have the resources for it. Unless I spend my whole turn taking resources and playing it. Also living ink as a different option. Well, let's see what we get from the Mythos. We're at 3 of 5. Our encounter card is a Twist of Fate. Oh. Well, the token that gets revealed is the curse, which isn't one of these. So nothing happens. It's not a number, and it's not one of those symbols. That's pretty funny. But I didn't resolve. Does the curse come out? I don't think it does. Resolve the token, sealed here as if... Yeah, because this... no, I think the curse stays in, but the treachery just whiffs entirely. Okay. All right. Well, let's play Plucky. Since that's fast. My options are play Living Ink and place 2 locations. Or take 2 resources, then play Captivating Performance. I think I want the Captivating Performance. Yes, I'm spending my whole turn to play it. 1, 2, and then 3. But having that extra 4th action of a type different from the other actions that I've taken this turn is just real good. Okay. That's it. We upkeep. Bunch of stuff. Spectral Shield. Okay. 4 of 5 Doom. The Hunting Horror is going to show up next turn. Unless it shows up right now. What do we get? A locked door. Guess what? The museum entrance has locked itself back behind me. Magically, somehow. That's pretty funny. All right. So, we want to be prepared. Is there anything I would want to take a test to resourceful back? Not this turn. Nope. The one reason to want to take a test is to do a willpower test and commit Fearless so that I can heal. That might be worthwhile. The Hunting Horror is going to spawn. So, and I have Winging It, which I can use. I should use them while I got them to try to get clues in the security office and or the administration office. One of those requires either having enough resources or having enough cards to investigate, and I don't remember which one. I think it might be the administration office. So maybe we'll go to the security office. And because we have captivating performance, we could move, investigate. Maybe we could move, play. We could activate to spend a clue and place a location, then move, then play a winging it, and then do another thing, which might be just take a resource. Yes. So first we will activate. We'll spend a clue, and we will place the top one of these. Okay? We're not going to actually go to the exhibit halls, if I can at all help it, because I don't care about victory points. And the exhibit halls have, like, negative effects in them. So, second action, we'll move. We will move to the security office. 3 shroud, 2 clues. You can spend 2 actions to look at the revealed side of an exhibit hall and play, or the top card of the exhibit deck. Probably never going to do that. Third action, we're going to play winging it. So we are testing against a shroud of 2 from the discard. I am going to use Mind's Eye, so we're using willpower. So we're 5 on 2. Fearless makes it 6 on 2. There is that curse, so I might as well. We'll use Corner to discard Prophecy, so that we're 8 on 2. We are 6 up. -1, we pass by a ton. We heal a horror thanks to Fearless. Winging it shuffles in. And we get both clues. Okay. Good. So, we activated, because it is an action ability. We activated, we moved, we played a card, and we will captivating performance. Is it just to get a resource? I mean, that's fine. I don't mind using it to get a resource. Yes, it is. Which then I might as well use to play Spectral Shield. And I might as well put it on Plucky so that it is saved from, like, 1 physical damage. Yeah, let's do that. All right. No enemies, we upkeep. A bunch of stuff. Now, Predator or Prey, there are no enemies in play. So this whiffs, does nothing, instead draws a card. Okay. All right. Okay. Seems good. All right. Here we go. 5. This advances. Okay. The hunting horror spawns at the museum halls, and then we shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Good old Dunwich oddities, in that when it spawns this way, it does not get shadow spawned. But also, I plan to never actually defeat it. The plan is going to be do 2 damage to it. It's fight 2, health 3 of 8-2. Keep doing 2 damage to it, then doing my special goal to study it so that it runs away and heals. And we're just going to keep ping-ponging it back and forth. That's the plan. That's the goal. But then we shuffle this back in. And we now have a Doom track of 7 on the second of 3 agendas. Okay. Here we go. All right. What's our encounter card? It's Beyond the Veil. Okay. I have 14 cards left. Alter Fate, we are unfortunately past. But we're not past my second Resourceful, and we're not past either of my Quantum Fluxes. So, oh, actually, I have Resourceful right here. So, this surges and threatens, but as long as I nail a Resourceful, get Alter Fate, shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully. That's the theory. But it also surges. So what's it surge into? Passage into the Veil. Willpower 3. Hunting Horror is not in my location. If I fail, I either discard the top 5 cards of my deck or take a direct damage. Take a direct damage. It won't actually damage Plucky because it's not an ally. So 1 direct damage, that's not a huge deal. But what's my turn look like? Willpower. So what I'd want to do is move. Now with Captivating Performance, I can fight with Kukri and then activate with Kukri and then take a 4th action. So I could nail the Hunting Horror twice, do... Oh. No, that's fine. If I move, fight with the Kukri, if I hit successfully, activate the Kukri, fight successfully, then I could use Captivating Performance to take an additional action, but it would be engaged with me. Oh, no. What I could do is do something else first. Like, I could play Voice of Ra, right? So I could play Voice of Ra, then move, then fight, and then use Captivating Performance to activate to get another hit in as my 4th action, and then use this. Yes, that's the plan. So my tests this round are going to be 2 fights on the Hunting Horror, which is fight 2. I'd want to get up to 6 on my attacks. I mean, just using the Kukri and discarding a card with Cornered accomplishes that. No, gets me up to 5, but Resourceful for another one becomes 6. So I could do fight, discard, winging it. So I could play Voice of Ra. First fight, discard, winging it, commit Resourceful. That'll get me Alter Fate back. Second fight, I could just use Last Chance. And then I can still play Premonition at the end of the round after all said and done. But that's all a long way of saying, what, if anything, am I going to throw into this? I'm already at 5. 5 on 3. So maybe I don't. Maybe I just... Nah, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to use Corner to discard Premonition. Yeah, I'm not playing it for its benefit, but Premonition is more helpful on a turn when you can't, like, get all the way up to 4 above on all the tests, and you need to ration your resources. With Cornered, using it for just a flat +2 is, as they say in the business, good. So, 7 on 3, we're 4 up. Skulls -1, we pass by 3, we pass. Okay, let's do the plan. We're going to play Voice of Ra. We get a resource, reveal 3 tokens. There's an autofail, gets us another 2 resources. That doesn't count for my tracker. Okay, second action, we move. Waha! There we go. Hunting Horror engages. Third action, we fight with the Kukri. We're swinging 3 against 2. I will discard winging it to be 5 on 2 and commit Resourceful. We're 6 on 2. We're 4 up. Cultist is -1. We pass. We do a damage. And we get Alter Fate back from the discard. And just in case there's any nonsense, we're going to play it to discard Beyond the Veil. Oh, actually, I don't think I have, technically. I want to do this right. Technically, I don't have a player window yet. I have to use Captivating Performance first, right after that third fight. The third action, which was fight. But we did play, move, fight. Now we use Captivating Performance to activate, to do the Kukri again. Now, during the test, I will spend the resource and Alter Fate to get rid of this. And we're going to commit Last Chance so that we are swinging 3, 8 against 2. Cultist is -1. We again do a damage. And now we will use this. So we're testing any skill 0. So it really doesn't matter. Let's just say willpower. 5 on 0. -3 is a pass. So it heals completely. Oh, whoops. Hang on, I want to position this. It gets a horror because I've dealt it horror. Then it exhausts and moves to the farthest location, which, you know what? Let's put him over here in the administration office where I'm probably going to be heading next. Okay. That's my turn. Now, the Hunting Horror, of course, has this ability. If I reveal a funky token, at the start of the enemy phase, it will ready, which then means it will move in and hit me for 1 and 1. Which, okay, fine. Let's see if it happens. It does not. Okay, so it just sits there. We upkeep. There's the violin. That's good to see. More money. Quantum flux, which I don't need right now. Grizzled. Okay. Another fearless. All right, good. Why is this not? Okay, that's fine. All right, Mythos. We are at 1 of 7 doom. Time to play ping pong with the hunting horror. What do we get? Cursed luck. Our stats are down by 1 until we over-succeed on a test. That's fine. Okay. What's the plan this turn? I still need to place locations, but I can also do that when, when I need to. So I could play a card. Could be the violin. Probably is going to be the violin. Then move. Do the same thing I just did last time. Fight with the Kukri. And then bonus action, activate the Kukri. Do another 2 damage. Study it again. It'll bounce away again. And then next turn, I'll be in the administration office, and maybe I can get more clues there while the hunting horror is 2 locations away. Yes, that is the play. So, we will play the violin. Then we will move into the administration office. Which kind do we have? 2 shroud, 2 clues. Can't investigate while you have 4 fewer cards in hand. Well, that's much better than the other one that requires you to have enough resources, at least for Patrice. I mean, I can't investigate there this turn, but I will have 5 cards next turn. Okay, we played, moved. Now we will fight with the Kukri. Now, Cursed Luck is on us. So for this one, I'll use a secret. No. I use 1 secret from Mind's Eye so that we're testing willpower. Actually, I don't know that I need to. I want to use Fearless to heal my other horror. Grizzled counts as 3 question marks because this is a monster. Kukri, I'll be at 2. 5 from this, and I can discard a card. Yeah, let's just fight normally first with the Kukri. So we're testing 1 + 1 is 2 on 2. Grizzled makes it 5 on 2. And we will discard. I'm not going to play this. We will discard Voice of Ra with Cornered so that we are 7 on 2. We're 5 up. Ooh, curse. But we pass. So we passed by 3. Curse goes away. So Cursed Luck also goes away. And we deal a damage. And now we use Captivating Performance to activate with the Kukri. And for this one, I will use Willpower. I'm testing 5 on 2, and I will commit Fearless so that we are 6 on 2. We're again 4 up. Pass by 3. We heal a horror. We do a damage. Okay. Now, we'll do the free triggered ability. We'll test Willpower, 5 on 0. -3 as a pass. It heals. It takes a horror. And it moves to the farthest location. Let's put it right back over at the security office. I guess it actually doesn't really matter. I'll put it in the exhibit hall just for fun. Right. Yep, there we go. And then finally, I will use the violin to discard this extra quantum flux for a resource. Okay, there we go. Enemies. Does the hunting horror ready? Does not. So it sits. We upkeep. Now, predator or prey. Oh, this has been, I forgot. This has been errated, I believe. Let me just check. So that it doesn't affect elites. Because otherwise it would break some things. Yes, it should be each unengaged non-elite enemy. So, the only thing I can do... So it can't move the hunting horror, is the point. So I can disengage and move once away from the nearest enemy, but that means I have nowhere to go. Because my only move would bring me closer. So it unfortunately doesn't replace itself, but it does just do nothing. That's all right. It's fine. Everything's fine. Right. Mythos. We're at 2 of 7 doom. Our encounter card? Hmm. Well, this is a problem, isn't it? All is not lost. There's a quantum flux in these 4 cards. I may need to dig for it and hope it's not the 4th card. Well, okay, here we go. And it surges into Stalked in the Dark. So the hunting horror readies, engages me, and attacks. Okay. So, damage and a horror, which will go on Plucky. The Spectral Shield will cancel the damage and then be discarded. We'll put a horror on Plucky. Okay, let's see if this is the end of Patrice in the museum. All right, we are going to... Okay, we're going to fight with the Kukri. But we're going to use Mind's Eye, so it's willpower, so I can commit this Guts, hoping to draw into Quantum Flux. So we're testing 7 on 2. Yeah, 7 on 2. We're 5 up. -1 is a pass. We do a damage. We draw. Living Ink is not what I want. Okay, we're going to activate the Kukri. And we're going to use Mind's Eye again. We're using these up, I know. But we're going to commit Guts again. 7 on 2. Okay, we pass. Do another damage. And we draw... Hey! Quantum Flux! It's hard to get much closer than that. Whew. All right, but now I am going to... We now use this free triggered ability to study it, to chase it away. So, willpower, it really doesn't matter. Sure. Willpower 5 on 0. +1, we pass by a ton. It heals, it gets a horror. It runs away. We'll send it back over here. Okay. So, we fought, we activated. We can play Quantum Flux to, you know, not die. But I can also Captivating Performance. And you know what we're going to do before we play Quantum Flux? We're going to investigate. No, we're not. I thought there was a... No, there it is. I'm just doing the wrong thing. Because Winging It has a bold Investigate. I can use my 3rd action as an Investigate to play Winging It. And then my 4th action will be a play. We did Fight, Activate, Investigate, and then Play. To not die to Beyond the Veil. Ooh, all right. Wait, no. I can't investigate because I have 4 fewer cards. Never mind. I can't do that. Which is fine. Not a huge deal. It just means I won't have the Winging It. All right. So, pretty funny. The Watcher is one of the last 2 cards. All right. We're Quantum Fluxing. 3rd action is play. So, we shuffle this in. We draw 1. Predator or Prey. which does nothing again because I can't run away from it. Okay, fine. That's funny. And then this removes from the game. And oh boy, it saved me from certain doom. I have a captivating performance action. I don't have enough cards. Yeah, I can't just investigate normally. Too bad I can't play the Living Ink because I had to use play for the Quantum Flux. Is it just take a resource? I don't actually want to leave this location since there's more clues here that I need. Or want to use, I should say. I think... Yeah, just so that we have plenty of resources. I am going to use Captivating Performance, get a resource. I'm also going to spend a resource to put a Spectral Shield back on Plucky. And I will use the Violin to discard this Grizzled to also get a resource. Okay. Woo! Fun times. Does the Hunting Horror ready? Does not. Okay. Upkeep. Once again, Predator or Prey does nothing. We got a bunch of icons in this hand and not that much else. That's all right. I did, unfortunately, have to burn through my Mind's Eye charges in order for the Gutses to get me to the card I needed. But now we're going through the deck a second time, and hopefully we'll see those Mind's Eyes again. We've also got other stuff to boost our stats. So, it's fine. Mythos, we are at 3 of 7 Doom. Pushed into the Beyond. Shuffle an asset you control into your deck. Discard the top 3. If a copy of that asset is discarded, take 2 horror. What's it gonna be? My options, of course, are Cornered, Captivating Performance, Plucky, Kukri, Violin, Mind's Eye. The one Mind's Eye is the least helpful in the immediate term, but also because there's 3 of them in the deck, the chance of one showing up is that much increased. While it sucks to lose the Violin, I do think it is the least impactful of the things I have on the board. Plucky is quietly boosting my stats, so it's going to be the Violin. We'll shuffle that in, and then discard the top 3. And what are they? Winging It. Well, that helps. Thank you card. Mind's Eye. That doesn't help. No thank you card. And a Guts. All right. That's pretty funny. Okay, now. Also, this guy should ready. All right, so what's happening? Well, there's a Winging It here. So I could play Winging It. Dang it. Because of the, because the Predator or Prey, I don't have enough cards. All right, no, it's fine. I can spend an action to draw. Then I can play Winging It to get both clues. Then I can move to the center, and then I can place a location. That does mean that the Hunting Horror will move in and hit me, which will remove the Spectral Shield and put another Horror on Plucky. And I think that's fine. The alternative would be my staying here, but then I'm not getting another location in play. And I do need to get to the Restricted Hall at some point. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. So first action, we'll draw a card. A Test of Will. Okay. Second action, we're going to play Winging It. All right. So we are testing 3 against 1. And it really doesn't matter. Is there anything I want a resourceful back? No. 3 against 1. We'll it really doesn't matter. We'll discard the Attest of Will. So we're 5 on 1 for this investigate. -1, we pass by 3. We get both clues. And Winging It shuffles back in. Okay. So we drew, played. Now we're going to move back to the center. And then we're going to activate using Captivating Performance to spend a clue and put another exhibit location into play. Okay. Fine. Enemies. Hunting Horror moves in. Hits me for 1 and 1, which again, the Spectral Shield blocks the damage, and Plucky takes a horror. And we upkeep. There's another Mind's Eye. There's the violin back. Okay. Seems good. Mythos 4 of 7. Stalked in the Dark. The Hunting Horror hits me again. All right. I can't do anything about that. So that will defeat Plucky, which is fine. That's what it was here for. And maybe it'll come back. Now that makes a very good resourceful target. If I find my second resourceful along the way. I haven't... Alter Fate didn't get missed, did it? No, it did. Okay. That's fine. All right. So it's going to be what? Fight, activate, chase it away, play a card, probably the violin again, and activate. No, because Kukri takes... Because Kukri has to activate for me to do the Captivating Performance dance. I can't then also activate to put a location in play. So I could still use Captivating Performance to get a resource, which is not nothing. Because I do want to get the violin back in play. All right. Well, first things first, let's discard... Nope. Let's discard Mind's Eye to add 2 secrets to the one I haven't played. And now let's fight. Now, I no longer have the boost from Plucky. So, Kukri, I'm swinging 3 on 2. We will discard Voice of Ra to be 5 on 2. Thinking this through. How much Doom is in play? 4. So Prophecy is 2 question marks. For this, I'll discard Voice of Ra with Cornered, so we're 5 on 2, and I will spend 1 durability on a Jury Rig so that we're 7 on 2. This is a fight. Cultist is -1, we do a damage. Now an activate. And for this one, we'll commit Prophesy, which is 2 question marks, so we're 5 on 2, and I'll discard Promise of Power, be 7 on 2. Again, we're 5 up. Cultist is -1, we do another damage. Now we'll study it. We'll test 4 on 0. We pass. It heals completely. It's been studied. We'll shove it, sure, back over. Now we'll shove it down to this one because that seems a fun time. It has to go to the farthest location from me, but everywhere is equidistantly far. That was fight, activate. Now we'll play with the violin back up, and then we'll use Captivating Performance just to get a resource. Okay. Enemy phase. Does it ready? I don't think so. That doesn't count as a... No, it has to be a negative symbol, not the Elder Sign. Okay. We upkeep. Got all my last chances. An impromptu barrier. Another Quantum Flux. Half my deck is passed. Do I play the other Quantum Flux? And continue to stave off Beyond the Veil. I don't know. Let's see what our Mythos is. We're at 5 of 7 Doom. An Arcane Barrier. Okay. Well, this is obviously the worst location for that to be, but when I move out, I'm just going to need to do a big willpower test. Also, that guy is readied. Get rid of it. Okay. So what's my turn? I shouldn't be putting... You know what? Hold on. It hasn't mattered where I've put this. I should just be putting this in a... in an office. because I don't need to go to these exhibit halls. I have all the clues I need to make my way to the restricted hall. And then the only other clues I need are the ones in the restricted hall. So by putting it over here, this means I can move in on it myself and fight it to ping pong it. Do I want to do that? The only reason to, because I could play Quantum Flux again. I could move, try to get rid of the arcane barrier, and fight and activate to chase it again. I'm not putting a location in play if I do that. But I am keeping the pressure up on its points. Alternately, I could forego Quantum Flux and forego the captivating performance and use this turn to just slam 3 locations into play. And then one of them is going to be the restricted hall. But then I'm not using the icons I have to get rid of this arcane barrier. No, I think better for me to chase the hunting horror. So then what would my turn be? It'll be move, test off the barrier. It's what? A difficulty 4? That's not nothing. But with guts and discarding impromptu barrier, that'll get rid of it, and then I'll draw another card. Then I could fight swinging 3. Last chance gets me up to 6. Activate, other last chance gets me up to 7. Then I could play Quantum Flux. I guess I might as well. My concern, like, obviously Alter Fate is coming, but there's always the outside risk of a Visions of Future Past auto-fail making me discard it. And if that gets discarded, like, not good. I have an opportunity now to refill my deck again at the halfway point. I think I should take it. So, first we're going to move. We're testing Arcane Barrier. Willpower 4. I'll commit Guts to be 6 on 4, and I'll discard Impromptu Barrier with Cornered. 8 on 4. We're 4 up. -3 is the pass. We draw. Spectral Shield. Good. This gets discarded, and we move to the Hunting Horror. And it engages. Okay. I'll play Spectral Shield while I'm here, just on Patrice, which is fine. Now, so we moved, now we fight with the Kukri. Testing 3 on 2, commit last chance. There's 3 question marks, so we're 6 on 2. Skull is -3. We still pass by 1 and do a damage. Now we activate the Kukri, commit this other laster chance. So we're 7 on 2, we're 5 up. Skull is again -3. We pass by 2. We do a damage. I can't captivating if I don't have a lightning bolt between now and a window to play captivating, to play Quantum Flux. So I'd have to play Quantum Flux before chasing this away, which means I would take a hit. I don't think that's worth it. I don't think taking a hit is worth it when a Resourceful and an Alter Fate are coming up. Maybe I'm going to regret that. What can I even use this other action to do then? An evade. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, there's no point. All right, so we're not captivatingly performing. We're not going to play Quantum Flux. It's fine. What we are going to do is study this. Once again, we're 4 on 0. We pass. It heals. It's studied. And we'll send it back over here to the administration office. And then I might as well use the violin to discard Quantum Flux for a resource. All right, it's fine. Does it ready? Did I check that last time? Yes, because of the Elder Sign. It does. So, it readies, which then means it hunts back to the center, which frankly is fine. Makes it easier for me to chase. Then we upkeep. Okay. Whoa, winging it. Test of Will. Voice of Ra. Okay, fine. We're at 6 of 7 Doom. It's going to advance next turn. We have Cursed Luck. Do I try to cancel this with a Test of Will? No, I don't think so. I think we just aim to over-succeed on fighting the horror. Because with our stats down, we'll be at 2 against 2. We can commit Unexpected Courage to be 4 on 2. We can use Jury Rig to be 6 on 2. And we could discard something. Yeah, to be 8 on 2. Use Mind's Eye. The fact these are all willpower commits is a little bit awkward. But that's what the jury rigs are for, right? Yeah, it's fine. All right. We move. Hunting Horror engages. We fight. We are testing 2 against 2. I will use a jury rig, 4 on 2. Unexpected Courage, 6 on 2. We'll discard Winging It, 8 on 2. We're 6 up. -3, so we pass by 3. Cursed Luck discards. It takes a damage. Now we activate Kukri. Our stats are back up. So we're testing 3 on 2. I will again, I'll use another jury rig, 5 on 2, and we'll discard a Test of Will that we're 7 on 2. We're 5 up. -2 is a pass. We do another damage. Once again, this is a little awkward. Like, I would like to play Voice of Ra, right? But to do so, I would incur an attack of opportunity. I have plenty of resources. I don't think it's worth it. So we're just, we're not going to captivatedly perform. We are just going to study it. 4 on 0. Skull is a pass. It heals. It's studied. We've gotten 6 of the possible 8 studies. And we'll shunt it back over here to the administration office, which is fine. And then we'll use the violin. We'll discard a card and get a resource. Okay. Enemies. Does it ready? It does not. Upkeep. Hello. There's Alter Fate. And Premonition, Living Ink. There's my Resourceful also. Okay. Seems good. Oh, we advance. Okay. So the Hunting Horror gets a Doom added to it. Sure. Also, because of Justice, we add a Doom to this agenda. And then this goes back over here. All right, so we're at 2 of 7 Doom. We still need to get the Restricted Hall in play, and we need to get the clues, but hopefully that's going to be a quick process. Okay, what's our encounter card? Passage into the Veil, Willpower 3. If I fail, I discard 5 cards from my deck, or I take a damage. Oh, wow. If I discarded 5 cards, Beyond the Veil would kill me. Talk about passage into it. Though honestly, 5 cards, huh? I'm kind of thinking play Alter Fate now during the test to remove Beyond the Veil, and then just test it raw. And if I fail, I will discard these 5 cards so that I'll bypass the Watcher, and then my deck will reshuffle. Yeah, I think that's the play. So we'll play Alter Fate to get rid of Beyond the Veil. We'll test this raw, 4 on 3. -1, we pass. Oh, I didn't think about negative token effects. That might have been a little awkward, but as it was, we passed. So, whatever. Okay. I need to place some locations. I also can play Living Ink. So maybe it's just place 2 locations and play Living Ink. The Hunting Horror will move in and it will hit me. But with the charges on Living Ink, Spectral Shield will remain up and it'll absorb 1, which is fine. And then I'll be here to fight it off again, though I will have the Watcher in hand. Well, I could fight, activate, evade the Watcher, and then do a thing. Or I could just deal with the Watcher on a later turn. That works also. Yeah, I think we're gonna do exactly that. All right, first action, we will play Living Ink. Our willpower is boosted. Not that really matters. Then we're going to spend a clue, put a location in play, spend a clue in an action. And then we're going to do that again. Yeah, we're not moving captivatedly. And also, the restricted hall is going to be either this or one of these two. So I will need to start looking for those, which we will do a subsequent turn, which is fine. Okay. And I will play Premonition before my turn ends. Actually, we'll play Premonition in the window at the end of the enemy phase. Or maybe it's the beginning of the upkeep phase. Beginning of the upkeep phase before we discard it. Just so it doesn't get eaten up by the token that the Hunting Horror spawns. Because it actually always, I missed that when it was already ready. You always reveal a token. It just has no effect if it's already ready. So like there, it wouldn't have readied, but it was already ready. Already ready. So it moves in and hits me for damage and horror. I'll take the horror on Patrice. I will cancel the damage using a charge from Living Ink. Then I'll play Premonition. See what my upcoming token is. -4. Well, that's worth knowing going into the next round. Okay. And we upkeep. Well, there's our friend the Watcher. But a bunch of other stuff. Okay. Mythos. We're at... Ooh, 2+1 is 3 of 7 Doom. Am I going to Doom out? I wasted too much time. Hopefully not. What's our encounter card? A Twist of Fate. So the -4 resolves, and I take a damage, which is absorbed by Spectral Shield and a charge from Living Ink. Okay. Fight, activate, move to check out the restricted hall. And then maybe evade. I'm not sure if I have enough icons for that, though. But we might. We have Mind's Eye charges. I do need to... I'm going to turn off Living Ink to preserve its charge for Spectral Shield purposes. Okay. So, we're going to fight. We're testing with the Kukri 3-on-2. Grizzled covers one of these attacks. We're now 6-on-2. So that'll do it by itself. We're 4 up. -3. It's a pass. We do a damage. Now we're going to activate with the Kukri. We are 3-on-2. I could jury rig, or I could Mind's Eye. If I Mind's Eye, we're at 4. Prophesy currently is a +2. Yeah. That seems 5, 7. I don't think I'm going to be trying to evade the Watcher this turn. Well, I guess I could Premonition and see what my token is. Okay, yeah. Activate, but I'm going to use Mind's Eye. No, I keep pressing the wrong button. My goodness. There, I was at 3. I use a secret. So, we're testing 4 against 2. We'll commit Prophesy. Prophesy to be 6 on 2. We're 4 up. This 2 is a pass. We do another damage. Okay. Now we're going to study it. 4 on 0. Oh, we fail on the study. So it attacks. It does a damage and a horror. So we'll lose a charge from Living Ink, which discards it. Yes. Fine. And Patrice will take, I guess, a damage. Now, I think that just makes it attack, right? Attacks you exhausted or not. So I can just try that again. Which is what we're going to do. 4 and 0. That's much better. All right. It heals. We have 7. And I'm not going to put it where I want to go, because when I go to the restricted hall, it's going to show up there automatically. All right. So that was fight. That was activate. I am going to play Premonition. Oh. Well, I guess I am going to evade the Watcher. +1. No, fight the Watcher. No, I can't. I won't Captivating Performance. But I could evade and succeed by using Mind's Eye, so I'm testing 4 on 5, and then cornered discarding, winging it. So we fought, we activated, now we're going to evade. We will do that. 4, 6. With the Elder Sign, we pass. So when does this reshuffle? After this test ends. Okay. So we have successfully evaded the Watcher, which discards it. All of these discard. And now we shuffle everything but the simple response is shuffle everything but the Watcher. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to shuffle everything but a winging it. This way, when we find the restricted hall, I have a double clue pickup ready to go. Yes. We fought, activated, evaded, and now we'll Captivating Performance move. What's this location? It's the restricted hall. What were the chances? The chances were 1 in 3. But you know what? We'll take it. Okay. Fine. So we advance. So we take control of Harold Walstead. The Hunting Horror moves here ready. So that means it is going to smack me upside the head, which is fine. We advance to it, Act 3A. All right, Mr. Walstead. One health, 1 sanity, +2 book while investigating Miskatonic locations, and hopefully he won't be removed from the game. All right, Hunting Horror readies and engages me, which does mean I'm going to get hit, but that's fine. Right. And then once there are no clues remaining in the exhibit hall, we advance. The restricted hall, excuse me. While the Hunting Horror is here, I can't investigate. 3 shroud, 2 clues. Okay. Good. Enemy phase. Does it ready? It doesn't matter, but we take the test anyway. No. But then it hits me. Damage and a horror. Which will, of course, go on Patrice. That discards Spectral Shield to block the damage, and I'll take a horror. Okay. Well, maybe we're going to finish it this turn. We upkeep. Bunch of stuff. There's Plucky. That's good to see. This will help me pay past my maybe remaining test this turn. Mythos, where 3 + 1 is 4 of 7 doom. There's visions of future past. You're a little too late, game. I've got your number. Is there any reason for me to pump a lot into this? Because what's my turn going to be? It's going to be fight, activate, study the horror so it leaves the room, and then play winging it and hopefully get both clues and end with a full 8. So, is there any reason to? I guess I can... Negative tokens, right? That's a reason to. But it's just the cultist. Now, you know what? I might regret this, but I don't think I will. I will discard this impromptu barrier with corner just so I'm testing 6 on 5. -1 is a pass. All right. We fight the we play plucky. Because why not? We fight the hunting horror. We will... Is there anything I want a resourceful back? Not the winging it. Yeah, so, that's pretty funny. Yeah, we'll fight with the Kukri. So we're testing 3 on 2. We'll use jury rig to be 5 on 2. Yeah, why not? I will commit resourceful. We'll get the impromptu barrier back. If we pass, 6 on 2. Oh, we fail. Does that have retaliate? It does. Oh, I take a damage in a horror. Oh, okay, game. So I'm not finishing things this turn, which is fine. So I think it's just activate the Kukri, and then maybe we will use its ability to spend my other action to get 2 damage, since there's no point captivatingly performing. Okay. So we'll activate Kukri again. Jury rig again. So 5 on 2, and I will discard the living ink with corner to be 7 on 2. +1. That hits. So I'll spend my other action so that we do 2 damage. And now I'll use the free triggered ability to study it for the last time. 5 on 0. We pass. Heals completely. It has 8. And it hex off. Let's put it outside because that's amusing. And then this advances. So I get 8 points, the maximum. Now I just need to finish things next turn. And I guess we'll use the violin to discard this for a resource. Okay. Enemy phase. Does it ready? It does not. Upkeep. Bunch of cards. Okay. Let's see if we can't finish this. We are at 4 + 1 is 5 of 7 doom. Our encounter card. Ephemeral exhibits. Well, I don't want to lose my actions. Testing 3 on 3. Prophesy is 2 question marks. So 3 on 3. I want a resourceful back. No, doesn't really matter. Oh, but I also have plucky. I can just pay. It doesn't really matter. I'll commit the prophesy so that we're 5 on 3, and I'll spend 2 resources on plucky. So we're testing 7 on 3. Skulls -1, we pass. And now we play winging it. With Harold Walstead, we are testing 5 against 2. So we're 3 up, and sure, we'll discard Voice of Ra to be 7 on 2. We're 5 up. -1, we pass by 4. We get both clues, and we advance. The Necronomicon. You find the locked case containing the Necronomicon, and now I can either destroy it or keep it. Since I can't play it under the Kukri Cup challenge and it only commits for a single book, We are burning this. We are burning your Necronomicon to the ground. Resolution 1. 8 points. Whew. All right. And I think it's the baseline for a successful resolution is always 3 points. So I think that means I got the maximum possible for my quest, which is 11 points. I'll check after this. No kill points because the only thing to kill here was the hunting horror. Okay. That was fun. What's our resolution have? Resolution 1, we destroyed the Necronomicon. Okay. All right. And Harold Walstead survived. So no tablet token. We did not give in to the temptation of power. No Elder Thing token. Next up is Essex County Express. Well, that was fun. That had a nice tense moment with the second Beyond the Veil when I had 4 cards left in the deck, but we did not fail. Okay, gonna pause here, set up Essex County Express, and we'll pick up from there next. Be back soon. All right, and we're back. Time for the Essex County Express, and we've got quite the interesting challenge before us this time. Let's take a look. First off, I have spent my Down the Rabbit Hole upgrades. We are now 3 steps out of 5 to getting Always Prepared on Grizzled. And I have taken a second point onto Eldritch Ink. So now my Living Ink boosts both willpower and agility. I chose this approach for 2 reasons. One, with only 1 charge left on Living Ink using Subtle Depiction, it'll only be active during the Mythos phase, so why not have it boost both of my defensive stats? And number 2, as we will see right here, the various side quests involve testing different stats. I have means to raise my intellect using Plucky and spending money on that. Kukri at least lets me fight reasonably. I don't have anything else in the deck currently that raises agility, just in case that becomes important later. That's what Living Ink now does. So I'm done upgrading Living Ink, not going to be putting any more points into that. After this point, the other points that I'm going to use with Down the Rabbit Hole will be to improve my A Test of Will cards to the level 1 and level 2 versions as needed. So, what's the goal for Essex County Express? Nope, that's cursed. Here we go. As a cursed character, or as a performer character, so either way, I took Patrice, I'd need to do this. You don't have enough money to pay for your ticket? We're going to ride on the roof. So, we're going to be on top of the train cars. That comes with a whole list of rules and a special act card, which I'm actually going to put right here as a reminder because we got, well, you will see. So, while I'm on the roof, I ignore the text box of all unrevealed train cars and revealed ones. They're not going to be revealed by me running along the top of them. We can't move except by using the ability on the special act. What is that ability? Action Move. Test all your stats added together, difficulty 16. Max 1 attempt per round. If I succeed, I jump to the next train car. If I get to the engine car, then I reveal it, and I move inside, and then play proceeds as normal for the final car. If you fail, you've got to test any skill of your choice difficulty 2, and if I fail, I fall up the train and am defeated and suffer trauma. Hopefully, that won't happen. Also, at the start of each of my turns, I will need to test combat plus agility difficulty 3, and if I fail, I will lose an action. Now, the opportunity always also presents itself to spend 2 actions to climb inside the car, and then the play proceeds as normal. I'm going to try to play this using the special rules, but if things go horribly sideways, that remains an option. What else? Most of these other rules are really important if you have multiple players, because only the lead will be on the roof. Everybody else will be inside the train cars. So I won't need to gather clues. I won't be triggering forced effects of any locations because I'm not going to be revealing anything other than the engine car. But I got to deal with this very difficult test. Which, I mean, 4 stats added together Normally, that's a base of 12. With Patrice, it's only a base of 10. Although, with getting a full hand of cards every round, hopefully I'll have enough commits to make up the difference. We will see. It's going to be an interesting run. Right, so let us set this up. We got our 3 engine cars. Shuffle, pick one randomly. Set the others aside. And then we've got our 8 train cars. Let's deal out 6. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, come back here. 4, 5, 6. Set these aside. Patrice is on top of the leftmost one. And our goal is to get to the engine car as fast as we can. Once we get to the engine car, we advance the act and we get a point value. Based now we did. For max points, we have to get there having played 7 rounds or less, which includes... why didn't shuffle these into my deck? Let me pull out a thing that comes with a tracker. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's number of rounds played. Come on. All right. So, if I can get there on this by the 7th round, full points. Otherwise, points go down, as you can see here. To get there in 7 rounds, since you can only move 1 car per round, you can only do that special test once a round. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jumps. I could only have 1 round where I don't jump to the next car. That's going to be challenging, but we are going to do our level best. All right, now let's do our Patrice special curse. Per usual, I'm going to pull 2 tarot cards so I can look at the top 10 cards of my deck. What do the fates give me? The fates have given me the Empress. During the first agility test each round, I get -1. That's not good. That's going to be a problem for all of these... Oh boy. Well, actually, no. You know what it's going to do? It's going to hinder these foot plus agility tests to keep my balance, which is a problem. But then at least it'll turn itself off for the actual jump the train car test. So, interesting. And what's the other? After I reveal the auto fail during a test, I either take a damage or a horror. That's not so bad. I am going to put that... here is a reminder. I might as well put them both here. Okay. Well, let's see if I... Whoops. Come on. If I get a bonus worth all that trouble. Top 10. Captivating performance. Cornered. Ooh. There's Plucky. The Violin. Mind's Eye. I'm actually spoiled for choice. All of my high-value cards are available to me. So the question becomes... what is most important? I'm wondering if captivating performance is less viable here because many of my turns might be draw 1 or 2 cards and then move. So I think captivating performance is less useful. Cornered, of course, is +2 to a test, no matter what the icons are on the card. That's always good. Mind's Eye, that might be the way to get a Mind's Eye on the table right from the beginning, because I can then replace testing one of the other stats with willpower. So instead of move, test, willpower plus intellect plus combat plus agility, I could use a secret from Mind's Eye to be willpower plus intellect plus willpower plus agility, which is a base +2, more if I get other things that raise agility, willpower. The other alternative is to go straight for Plucky, but Plucky by itself is vulnerable to just getting annihilated from the first point of damage that comes my way. Cornered -2, but any cards I can commit. I think I'm going to go with Mind's Eye. Okay. I think that's the way. Okay, now let's see our opening hand. Premonition is maybe of particular use here, since I can see what my token's going to be because the stakes are so high for each jump, and that will tell me how much I can afford, how much I would need to commit up to, and then whether I'm actually able to accomplish it or not. So starting with a premonition is probably good. Conversely, all my investigating tools, like winging it in particular, that's very much useless. Prophesy, I want later. Quantum flux, I want later. I keep an unexpected courage. No. I'm going to dump everything but the premonition. What do we get? Promise of power, a jury rig, a guts. Oh, plucky. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to see. All right. All right. The nonsense begins. We have a doom track of 4 on the first of 5 agendas. Skulls minus X, where X is the current agenda number. So right now, that's a -1. Cultist is -1. If you fail and it's your turn, lose all remaining actions and end your turn immediately. And we don't have any tablets or elder things. So I definitely want to be at least 1 up, which is going to make the foot and the fist and foot test particularly awkward because of this effect. The Empress is really going to give me problems. But, you know, we do what we have to do. Okay. So we begin. First, we have to do this foot and fist. So we're testing 3 against 3. I think we just have to run with it. 3 on 3. We fail. We lose an action. Great start. Let's play Plucky. That raises our book and brain. Our agility is back up because we already took... It's a test during your turn. Yeah, the first one each round. Right. So what are we at? 5, 8... and 12. If I throw Promise of Power and I throw Guts, well, that'd be 16, 18. Actually, I could just commit Premonition, right? Like, I could play Jury Rig. I will be adding a curse, which is awkward. But with Plucky now on the board, 5, 8, 10, 12... 14, 18, 20. That covers everything, barring an unlucky curse chain. And then I'll have another action after moving, which could be to either play Jury Rig, or if I get something more valuable from the Guts draw, I could play that. I think we run that. We're going to try to jump. 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, add a curse. 20 against 16. We're 4 up. And we fail. I should have played Premonition. Do we fall off the train at the first start? We're testing 4 on 2. No, we're testing 5 on 2. We do not fall off the train on the first start. But we lose that round. Wow. That's wild. Can we come back from that? Who knows? My Kukri. Kukri starts in play. Forgot about that. Let's play Jury Rig, and yeah, that's a start, all right. Okay, well, there we go. No enemies, we upkeep. Well, Living Ink. Okay, oh, and the violin. All right, interesting. Here we go. 1 of 4 doom. We're now into our second round. How did these get? Oh, are these getting exhaust modified by the upkeep? Can I click on that? I don't know. Let's put them over here instead. Hopefully I'll remember. Oh, wait a minute. I drew the auto fail, so I have to take a damage or a horror. So I'll have to take a horror to put it. Come on. Take a horror to put it on Plucky, or else I lose the Plucky. What a start. Okay. What's our encounter card? An Arcane Barrier. To move in or out, test Brain 4. If you succeed, discard it. Otherwise, cancel the move or discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Ew. A bit weird that this is here in Essex, where there isn't even Beyond the Veil. But there it is. All right. Let's try this again. We are testing 3 on 3. Do I commit something? Do I commit resourceful? No, I don't have a red card to pull back. I should play Living Ink. Grizzled is only 1 question mark. I don't think it's worth playing the violin. If I commit, say, Prophesy to this Foot Fist test, then on my turn I could play Living Ink. That will raise my willpower and my agility. Then I'd be testing 6, 9, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Maybe I could play the violin if I use Mind's Eye. Yeah, I would like to increase. I would like to at least get 1 up on the test for an action. So I will commit Prophesy. We're testing 4 against 3. We're 1 up. Curse into +1. So somehow we pass and the curse is gone. What are these token pulls? This has already just gone off the rails. See what I did there? Also, this is my second turn. Let's play Living Ink. Now our brain and foot are increased, and foot is back up to 3 because we handled the Empress. So now I'm jumping at 6, 9, 11, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. We're going to... Actually, 6, 9, 15, 18, 19, 20. What I'm thinking about is whether I can do this. Let's see. If I play the violin, I do think, yes, let's play the violin. If I cash in Grizzled for a resource, then I'd be testing, and I spend a secret from Mind's Eye to test willpower instead of combat for the jump. 6, 3, 6, 3, that'd be 18, and resourceful gets me up to 21. I think that's the way to go. Right? Yes. So we'll use the violin. We will discard Grizzled for a resource. We're going to jump. We're going to commit resourceful. And we're going to spend a secret from Mind's Eye so that we're testing willpower instead of combat. 9, 18, 9, 20, 21 against 16. We're 5 up. Pass by a ton. We have jumped. But now I have to pass this Arcane Barrier test. We're testing willpower 4. Actually, I have to do that before I do this test. So I don't get the pullback from resourceful is the point. But we're testing 6 on 4. Elder Sign. So actually, that happened before I jumped. So before the move, that discards, and I trigger the reshuffle. Point is the resourceful that I'm held back to commit to the actual jump itself misses the reshuffle. But I might as well do this reshuffle and leave behind... Since it's of less help here, I'm actually going to leave behind the Grizzled. Yeah, it's going to get pulled back from resourceful anyway. It's not going to matter. Yeah, we'll shuffle those. Leave that. Then I pass the jump. Grizzle comes back to my hand. It's not going to matter. All right, there we go. We have moved once. Great. Right, that's the end of the round. We upkeep. What do we got? Well, there's the Watcher, who I'm like not going to have any time to deal with, and my 2 last chances. Oh boy, things are looking nonsensical. All right. Third turn, we're at 2 of 4 Doom. Our encounter card is Push into the Beyond. Shuffle a story asset you control into your deck. Discard the top 3. Well, that's not good. Hmm. My choices are Plucky. It has to be an asset, so it can't, like, shuffle back jury rig. Plucky, Kukri, the violin, Mind's Eye, or Living Ink. I am definitely keeping Mind's Eye, Living Ink, Plucky. So it's either the Kukri or the violin. If I shuffle the Kukri back, I have no way to kill anything. It's unfortunate, but I think it's the violin. All right, shovels back. We discard our top 3. Test of will, test of will, and unexpected courage. Okay. Now we do the... Now, a point, though, about timing here, and I think this works. So Living Ink says remove a charge at the start of each of your turns. At the start. Subtle Depiction says at the start of your turn, you may choose not to remove one charge and ignore its ability for the remainder of the round. The Foot and Fist test says forced at the start of each of their turns. The Lead Investigator tests Foot and Fist. So these are all the same timing point, both removing a charge or deciding not to and ignoring its ability, and this test. But I think, like, this says forced. This does not, for Living Ink does not say forced, whereas the test says forced. I think that means the forced effect has to take priority. So I think I do the test before I either lose a charge or turn off Living Ink, which means I think I can get the benefit of Living Ink for the test. I think that's how that works. If not, then they're all the same timing point. I would have the choice of which to do first. So then I still would be able to do the test first. I think that's how that works. Happy to be corrected. But that's how I'm going to play this. So that means I'm still, of course, suffering from -1 foot to your first foot test. But at least that's canceled out by +1 foot from Living Ink. So for this test right now, I'm testing 4 against 3, which I'm much more comfortable with because I'm covering the skull and the cultist. Now, have the Watcher. We've got these last chances, which are kind of gumming things up, unfortunately. Part of me is wondering, what am I going to be doing with the Watcher? Well, what I'm thinking about is committing a last chance to this test. Even though it's only going to give me +1. Then I could... play Voice of Ra. The resources are meaningful because I can spend them to boost willpower or intellect. Then I could do the jump. I could spend a secret on Mind's Eye to be 6/3, 6/3, again 18. And if I commit Quantum Flux 19, I could even spend a resource to boost my willpower, which being tested twice means I'm actually then getting up to 21. And then I could try to evade the Watcher. 3, 7. Am I better off fighting? I do have Jury Rig. 5, and commit the last chance 9 on 5. I think that's the play, which means I am going to commit a last chance to this test to get it out of my hand. So we're at 5 on 3. We're 2 up. -1. We pass. We do not lose an action. Okay. Do I get the resources? Yes. We're going to play Voice of Ra. We get 1 resource, pull 3 tokens. Wow. That was the worst Voice of Ra in the world. Fine. We're going to jump. I'm spending a secret from Mind's Eye to test willpower instead of combat. This is no longer reduced by the Empress. So we're at 6, 3, 9. Another 9 is 18. Quantum Flux makes it 19. I'm going to spend a resource through Plucky to raise my willpower to 7. So that's actually raising 2 parts of the test since I'm testing willpower twice. 21 against 16. I take a horror because that's an auto fail. Do I fall off the train? I also use a secret from Living Ink. A charge from Living Ink. Okay. Unfortunately, those auto fails mean I can't get full points. But I can try for second place. But now let's see if we fall off the train. I am testing willpower again. 6 on 2. We're 4 up. We don't fall off the train, at least. Last action, we are going to try to get rid of the Watcher. I will attack it with the Kukri, and I will spend a charge from Jury Rig. So I'm testing 5 on 5 and commit last chance so that we're 9 on 5. We're 4 up. Skulls -1. The Watcher, at least, is gone. Oh, boy. All right. We upkeep. Bunch of stuff. Predator or Prey just replaces itself. There's no enemies. Well, interesting. We're going to see. Mythos. We're at 3 of 4 Doom. We're on the 4th round. Our encounter card is an Acolyte. Well, at least the Doom doesn't matter. Do I put him right in front of me so that I can kill him? Am I able to jump? This is where I might play Premonition and see how far I need. Because if I... Yeah, actually. Because I could play Captivating Performance. I could... Winging it doesn't help. I could draw a card. I could jump. And I could fight. All right, we're going to put it directly in front of me for Kukri-related reasons. All right. Now, we attempt the action loss test. So we're testing 4 against 3. I think we just run that. We pass. Okay. Do I want to save a secret on Living Ink? I think what I want to do I have a phase begins. Turn begins. I don't have a window to play Premonition between taking the test I just took and deciding whether to lose a secret from Living Ink. I think I'm going to charge, rather. I think I am going to lose a charge so that I have the boost for this round. Okay. 9, 14. Captivating Performance. Draw. 3, 6, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. Prophesy is 18, 19. I think I'm just going to be committing Premonition, actually. All right. We're going to play Captivating Performance. That's a play, actually. Then we're going to draw. I don't want to lose cornered. All right. Since I'm already not getting full points, I can spend one more round to not move forward and play things. And by things, I mean cornered, right? It would be nice to get the resources from Voice of Ra, but the whole point is to have every benefit I possibly can. Yep. All right. We're going to play cornered. And I am going to play Premonition, so I at least know what the next token that I'm pulling is. There's no reason not to. -1. Okay. That's my turn. All right. We upkeep. Bunch of stuff. All right. Mythos. This advances. The first car gets removed from the game. Oh, wow. We have, this is not my best showing. Doom track of 3 for the next one. We're now on turn 5. What's our encounter card? Rotting Remains. All right. That's fine. We'll test 6 on 3. Yeah, it's a -1. So yeah, fine. We don't get chunked. And this death's discarded. Okay. Now, this test, we're testing 4 on 3. Doing math in my head, don't mind me. I think I can... Is there anything here? I was looking for things to resourceful back. Nothing super helpful. I think I can afford to use cornered to discard this winging it, so that I'm testing 6 on 3 for this test. Didn't need it. -1 is a pass. Also, the skulls are now -2. Okay, now we have to turn off living ink so that it at least is giving me a bonus for the Mythos phase and for this steady yourself test. Fine. Are we jumping? 5, 8, 10, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I don't actually need to commit Promise of Power. I probably should commit Fearless so that I'm getting the horror heal. Jump, fight, draw, and resource or play. Yes, thinking through captivating performance there. Because I don't want to commit this if I don't need it and get that skull in the bag. 5, 8, 10, 12. Here's the last chance. Yeah, okay. That's the way to do it. All right, we're going to jump. So move. So 5, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. I mess up my counting. 5, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. I guess I do need to commit this, don't I? 16, 17, 18, 19. If I want to be 4 up on the test, that is. That is probably worth it. Go 4 up. We're just going to commit everything. Why not? 5, 8, 10, 12, 15, 19. We added a curse. 20, 21. We're 22. We're 6 up. All right. We pass by a bunch. We heal a horror. We draw a card. Another Promise of Power. We get a card back from the discard, which will be a last chance. These all discard. And we move to the next car. This Acolyte engages. That was my move. Now we're going to fight with the Kukri. We're testing 3 on 3. We'll commit last chance so that we're 7 on 3. -3 is a pass. We have at least added to our Kukri pile of victims. All right, we moved. We fought. I'm going to draw guts. And with captivating performance, I'll take a resource. Fine. All right. No enemies. We upkeep. Well, there's all my Mind's Eye charges. Good to finally see. Mythos. We're on our 6th turn. We're at 1 of 3 Doom. Our encounter card is An emergent monstrosity enters play exhausted and spawns in my location to my right. Ah. I don't have enough turns to kill that and also get at least the 6 points. But it is worth 5 points if I kill it. Am I going for the emergent monstrosity to make up on the points that I'm otherwise losing? Maybe. Maybe. All right. Now we're doing this test. We have the Living Ink boost. As discussed, I am going to discard both of these copies of Mind's Eye during the test to bring those up to 5. All right. So I'm testing, and because of Empress, I'm testing 4 against 3. 6. 12, 15, 18. That at least gets me up to 20. Move. And it's a fight what? Fight 4. I think I am going to be giving up on, again, a good score here. Try to kill that monstrosity. I think that's the trade-off I need to go with. But the first step, of course, is to do this test. And I don't want to lose an action. So I'm going to use Cornered to discard the impromptu barrier so that I'm testing 6 on 3. -2, we pass. Okay. Now, Living Ink turns off. 5, 8, 10, 12. If I jump, spend a secret here, then I'm 5, 8, 13, 15, 16, 17. 17. I could spend through Plucky 19. Might need to run with 19. Because then when I fight, I can 5, 7. I think I need to run 3 up. We're going to jump. So we're going to spend a secret from Mind's Eye to test 5, 3, 5, 2. So that's 15. 17. I'll spend a resource through Plucky to raise my willpower, which, since getting tested twice, brings me up to 19 against 16. We are 3 up. -1 is a pass. We do jump over here. We've got this exhausted emergent monstrosity. And we are going to fight with the Kukri. So we're swinging 3 on 4. We'll spend a charge durability from Jury Rig to be 5 on 4. I'll use Cornered to discard Alter Fate. 7 on 4. We're 3 up. -2 is a pass. We will spend the extra action so that we do 2 damage to it. Okay. All right. The enemies do nothing. We upkeep. This guy readies and engages me. We got a bunch of stuff. Mythos. We're on our 7th turn. 2 of 3 doom. Our encounter card. Ancient Evils. Okay. So, the agenda advances. The leftmost location again gets removed from the game. And we're on this car right now. So, this goes away. And we're in a doom track of 4. Skulls are now -3. Okay. Right. Because this is round 7, 8, 9, 10. If I can get there. Yeah, I'm now going for the 3 points because I am trying to kill this monstrosity for the extra Kukri points instead. Okay. We now need to do the jump. We do get the +1 from Living Ink, which cancels out the -1 from Empress. So I'm still testing 4 against 3. I probably discard a card to this to be 6 on 3. Because my round this time, can I fight with Kukri, activate with Kukri, evade, and then do an... Actually, I should probably evade first, right? And then do another thing. I think I've got to go with 3 up on these tests. So let's discard... We'll discard Prophesy with Cornered. So I'm testing 6 against 3. We lose an action, and the big hit, we either take a damage or a horror, and that will defeat Lucky. That's real unfortunate. Oof. Big oof. Okay. Right? Well, I guess it matters less that I get hit by it now, since I've already lost Plucky. I think we just swing. And I am going to... Yeah, so we're going to fight. I am going to use Mind's Eye for this, so we're testing willpower. We're testing 4 on 4, 5 on 4, 6 on 4... No. 5 on 4, 7 on 4... Discard Quantum Flux with Cornered. Be 9 on 4. So we're 5 up. -1. We'll spend the extra action to do another damage. And we heal a horror with Fearless. And then before my turn ends, I am going to play Premonition. What is happening? Welp. Okay. Enemy hits me for 2 damage and 2 horror. Great. You love to see it. And we upkeep. I can't move with Predator or Prey because the only way I can move is by jumping the train cars. And it can't move to me, so this, unfortunately, it just does nothing. Okay. All right, it's turn 8. We're at 1 of 4 Doom. What do we got? A grappling horror? I'll engage with me. I can't move. Oh, no. We're testing to see if we lose an action. Oh, no, we lose an action. And we have to take a damage or a horror. I guess I'll take a horror. It's round 8, 9, 10, 11. I can't even get there by 11. Lose an action. Okay. I could attack and defeat the emergent monstrosity at least. And I could do like 1 damage to this grappling horror. It'll hit me. Next turn, maybe I can kill it and finally move if I get a reprieve. I'm not going to be able to play anything. I could play a Spectral Shield. But I don't know that I want to do that when the 1 charge of my Living Ink is helping with the don't lose your balance test. Oof! All right. We're going to attack the emergent monstrosity. With the Kukri, they are both monsters. Yes. So with the Kukri, I'm swinging 3 against 4. I can commit Grizzled, yeah, to be 6 on 4. And I'll discard this Living Ink so that we're 8 on 4. Skull is -3, so I finally do the last damage and this thing is defeated. Okay. Right, we're in Agenda 3. Skulls are -3. And now we're going to attack again. This thing. So with the Kukri, we're testing 3 on 3. Commit Jury Rig 4 on 3. Discard Spectral Shield with cornered, so we're 6 on 3. We're 3 up. Curse, -1. We still hit and deal a damage. Enemy phase, it hits me for a damage and a horror. And we upkeep. Oh, we take a horror for shuffling our deck. I forgot that was a thing. All right. Mythos 2 of 4. It's turn 9. Our encounter card is a helpless passenger who ends up here. Am I going to die to horror because of helpless passengers? Maybe. That surges into a terror from beyond. I have to discard all my assets, events, or skills. Well, guess what, game? I'm picking skill. Guess how many skills I have, game? None. Joke's on you. Do I lose my balance? Between Empress and the Living Ink, which I'm turning off at the beginning of each of my turns, but after this test, testing 4 on 3, I'm going to discard Mind's Eye to add 2 secrets. Oh boy. I'll discard the Quantum Flux. I'll discard the Quantum Flux with cornered, so that I'm testing 6 on 3. We're 3 up. Didn't need it. -1. We pass. All right. We're going to fight with the Kukri. We're testing 3 on 3. Use my Jury Rig. Be 5 on 3. That's not great. Five on 3. It will we'll use the Jury Rig and I'll commit Spectral Shield so that we're 6 on 3. -1 is a pass. We do a damage. That was a fight. Now we will activate. Is this discard? No. We're going to attack it again with the Kukri. This time, I'll spend a secret from Mind's Eye to use Willpower. So we're testing 4 on 3. I'm going to discard Premonition with cornered to again be 6 on 3. Skull is -3, so this thing is defeated. Okay. We fought, we activated. I'm going to draw. Okay. Now use Captivating Performance to move. So we're at 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, 15. I'll spend a secret from Mind's Eye to test Willpower instead of combat. So that effectively gets us up to 17. And I'll spend another secret to test intellect instead of... test willpower instead of intellect. So we're testing willpower, 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 agility. 4, 8, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We're 3 up on the test. We pass. We jump to this car. Oh boy. All right. No enemies. We upkeep. Bunch of stuff. 3 of 4 doom. We're on turn 11. No, we're on turn 10. And our encounter card is Ancient Evils. So this advances. Remove each of the 2 leftmost locations from the game. Okay. Okay, game. So this guy is removed from the game, and I take a horror, or discarded, and I take a horror, so I'm almost dead. from horror. We're a doom track of 3. At least we have a fearless, which will hopefully heal me a horror. So there's that. We're going to... Oh, skulls are now -4. So there's that. I don't... It seems weird, but I don't think I care as much about losing the action this turn. So, well, actually, hold on. Even if I pull the cultist, I'll still pass. 4 on 3. It's fine. We pass. Okay. Draw? Let's draw first. Predator or prey, there are no enemies, so this just discards and replaces itself with a voice of Ra. Okay. I will jump. We're going to discard Last Chance using Cornered. So we're and we'll commit Prophesy, which is 1, Fearless, which is 1, Armitage, which is 2. We will commit the Promise of Power. So we're at 6, 8, 10, 14, 16, 17, 18, 20 against 16. -1 is a pass. We heal a horror. And we get to the next card. So we did a draw, a move. Now we'll play Voice of Ra. Get 2 extra resources. And then Captivating Performance just to get another resource. Just in case. Okay. No enemies, we upkeep. Bunch of stuff. Predator or prey just replaces itself. Okay. We're 1 of 3 doom. We're at turn 11. Our encounter card is a Helpless Passenger. Spawns over here. Surges into. An Emergent Monstrosity is in the engine car. Waiting for me. Great. Love that. Okay. This test. I'm going to discard Mind's Eye to get 2 more secrets. Oh. 4 on 3. What I'm thinking about is, and having to fight that Emergent Monstrosity at the end is going to be difficult. Okay. What can I get up to on the jump? I can commit Resourceful. I can commit Resourceful. What can I get back with Resourceful? I have a Last Chance. It's only Last Chance, which is fine. I might need that. 2, 4, 6, 10, 13 from Resourceful. I can discard one of these for 15. Commit Unexpected 17. I could spend a secret to be 19. But I really like to be 4 up. Spend 2 secrets. So I'm testing Willpower twice. But then you can't get all the icons from Resourceful. That's the sad thing. 4, 8, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Maybe I draw first. But the issue is, I don't think I have... I think I just have to run this jump. So 4 and 3. All right, I passed that. Well, the other issue, of course, is the test to see if you get trauma requirement. All right, I'm going to draw a card. Lucky. Yes, please. All right, that's huge because now finally I can suddenly spend resources to tank my way through these things with my face. Okay. So maybe I put Spectral Shield on Plucky, then. Keep that going. Yeah, honestly, I think I am. I'm going to Spectral Shield the Plucky. Okay. Oh boy, this is tense. All right. Now I think I need to jump. So 5, 8, 10, 12. If I don't do any replacements, I can do 15 on Resourceful. 17. Discard this for 19. Spend a resource through Plucky. Yes, I think that's the play. So I will spend 1 resource through Plucky to raise my willpower. So I'm 6, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16. Did I miscount? Five, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18. I did miscount. No, I didn't. I'm discarding Prophesy with Cornered to get 2 out of it instead of 1. 5, 8, 10, 12. I spent 1, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 20. Yes. We're 4 up. -1. We pass. So I get a last chance back. Okay. We make it to the engine car. So we advance, and we reveal the engine car. It's the one that makes you draw 3 cards off the encounter deck. But I think advancing this happens first because it's immediate. So now I either test Agility 3 to risk a mental trauma, or Combat 3 to risk a physical trauma. And what I'm going to do, I'll risk because I've got the healing, I'm actually going to risk the mental trauma, but I'm going to spend a secret to test willpower instead. So I'm testing 5 on 3, and I'm going to spend 2 resources to pump it with Plucky. So we're testing 7 on 3. Good thing, because Skull was -4. So I don't get any... Put this guy here. I don't get any trauma. What I do get for my trouble is 3 encounter cards. Rotting Remains. Test 5 on 3. We'll just take that. We pass. Second encounter card. Claws of Steam. Test Willpower 3. If you fail, take 2 damage and you can't move. That's less than good because 2 damage will take out my Plucky. So I'm going to spend another 2 so that I am testing 7 on 3. We're 4 up. -1 is a pass. And third encounter card is an Ancient Evils, which adds a Doom. Okay. Wild. Now I got this Emergent Monstrosity, and I've got these clues. And once both clues are gone, we immediately advance. Do I have a Winging It in my discard? I don't. Okay. I want to try to kill this thing, which again is going to be a bunch of attacks. Now, we we drew a card, we moved. So now I'm going to fight with the Kukri. So we're testing 3 on 4. I'll commit this last chance to make it 8 on 4. Elder Sign. So we do a damage. After this test ends. I might have done that wrong before. I do think that then that means, yeah, this discards. Now we shuffle everything back. What am I going to leave behind? Let's leave a predator or prey because that's not helpful in this scenario. Okay. So we did a draw, a move, a fight. Now we will use Captivating Performance to do an activate with Kukri. I think it's worth doing this. No, you know what we're going to do? We will investigate. We'll try to get one of these clues. So with book, we're testing 3 on 1. I will spend 2 resources to make it 5 on 1. We're 4 up. -1. We get one of the clues. Okay. No enemies. We upkeep. Well, we got this now. Predator or prey. Again, I can't move. Yeah, I can't enter this train car. I can't move. And enemies can't move towards me. So predator or prey, it just discards. It does nothing. Okay. Oh, also, since we got into the engine car in our 11th round, I'm gonna have to check the tape. I might have forgotten to raise this. We might only have the 12th rounds. I'll check afterwards, completing this. But the point is that the points, now that I'm in the engine car, further rounds I play don't reduce the points I earn. Right. Mythos. This advances. The 2 leftmost locations are removed from the game. That helpless passenger discards, and I take another horror. Which... Oh, I didn't think this through at all, did I? Spectral Shield absorbs the horror, which means I lose the living ink. Okay. Well, maybe that's okay now. Crazy. And we have 3 turns left, and skulls are -5. What's our encounter card? Mysterious Chanting. So I search the encounter deck and discard for a cultist enemy and draw it. So the amusing thing here is that if I draw an acolyte... Why are there only 2? Oh, because I killed one. If I draw an acolyte, it spawns in an empty location of which there is none. So it would just whiff entirely. My other option is to take the Wizard of the Order as another Kukri target, but with only 3 turns left, I really don't think that that's a good idea. Are we past the Ancient Evils? We are past all 3 Ancient Evils, but Wizard of the Order will... What could I do? Fight, activate, evade. No, probably not to get greedy when things are going so poorly. Let's just get the Acolyte, which whiffs because it has nowhere to spawn, and therefore just discards. Okay. We no longer have to test to lose our balance since we're no longer on top of the train. I do have this thing now, which is a problem. Let's try to evade it. Yes, let's try to evade it. So we're testing... Now the Empress matters because we'd be testing 1 against 3. But I can use Mind's Eye, which I'm going to do. It's just willpower instead. So we're 5 on 3. And I'll commit Grizzled so that we're 8 on 3. This is to evade. Cultist is -1. So we have evaded it. Now we attack. And we evaded. We're going to draw. Okay. Now we're going to attack. We'll use Mind's Eye. So we're testing 5 on 4. I'll commit Fearless to be 6 on 4. And this Unexpected Courage to be 8 on 4. And I'll spend a resource to be 9 on 4. Good thing, Skull's -5, but we still pass. We heal a horror, we do a damage. And now Captivating Performance, I'll activate with the Kukri to attack 1 more time. Yeah, I am going to use my last Mind's Eye charge. So we're testing 5 on 4, 7 on 4. I think I got to run the -3. 7 on 4. Elder Sign. So that hits. And then we shuffle everything in except 1, which will be that Predator Prey again. Sure. All right. Yep, it's got 2 health left. Okay. Now we upkeep. Stuff again. Okay. We're 1 of 3 doom. Our encounter card. Terror from Beyond. Events, assets, or skills. Event, skill, event, skill. I pick assets. Oh, darn. I got nothing to discard. Okay. Can we kill this thing this turn? We have a whole bunch of no more Mind's Eye charges and a whole bunch of just willpower commits. That makes things awkward. I'm going to play Premonition. What's our token? That's not helpful. That's not helpful at all. Yeah. Okay. It at least doesn't have Retaliate. I think I just have to swing away. All right. We're going to attack with the Kukri. I mean, this isn't going to work, but we're 3 on 4. We will use Cornered to discard this Voice of Ra. We're 5 on 4. With a curse, now we're 1 down. Yeah, that's a fail. But the curse comes out. We're going to try that again. 3 against 4. We will discard the Guts with Cornered to be 5 on 4. We're 1 up. Nope. 1 more time. 5 on 4. We take a something which kills the Spectral Shield. Now it attacks and does 2 damage and 2 horror. Which kills the Plucky and does me a damage. We upkeep. Grizzleds. 2 of 3. Final round. What's our encounter card? An Arcane Barrier. Well, at least this doesn't matter. Can I hit it twice and get the last clue? Grizzleds, maybe. With Grizzleds, maybe. All right. We're going to... I only need to hit it once. And then the Kukri can finish it. So we're going to fight with the Kukri. We're testing 3 against 4. We commit Grizzled. We're 6 on 4. We commit Grizzled. We can commit them both. So we're testing 9 on 4. We are indeed 5 up. Elder Sign. We will spend an extra action to do the 5 damage, and this thing is defeated. And then Elder Sign shuffles everything back. I'm not even going to bother, because it's not going to affect this last action, which is Investigate. Oh, I don't have this boost anymore. We're testing 2 against 1, 4 against 1, discard Fearless, 6 against 1. -3, we get the last clue. With the very last action, we advance. Resolution 1. What a nonsense run that was. All right. I need to check the tape. The number of rounds. I don't know if I got to the Ancient card in 11 rounds, which is worth 3 points, or if it was actually like round 12 and I only got 1 point. In addition, though, to the 3 or 1 points, plus 3 points you get for just making it through the scenario intact, I also have, somehow, 1, 6, 9, 14 kill points. I have to, I'm going to pause the recording here to look back to check how many rounds it actually was. Be right back. Okay, I've checked the tape, and I did actually get there on turn 11, which baffles me, given the way this scenario went, but oh boy, was it fun to muddle through. All right, so we only got 3 mission points. We got the standard 3, you succeeded at the scenario somehow points, at 6 points, plus what did I say? 1, 6, 11, 14 kill points. Nowhere near some of the amazing scores that some of the other players are accomplishing with, you know, decks that have like Parallel Ashcan Pete playing On the Hunt 3 every single Mythos phase in order to pull every enemy out of the encounter deck, and then pulling the On the Hunt back to their hand to play it again the next turn, and therefore killing literally everything, which is a fantastic idea. Kudos to you. You win the Kukri challenge of finding every enemy to kill it. I'm here muddling through with Cursed Patrice. I'm having fun doing it. 20 total points, counting the kills. I'll take it. Plus actually passing the scenario with Resolution 1. I'll take it. Oh boy. Well, that's it for me. Join me next time for Blood on the Altar once we get into next month and we see what insane new trials and tribulations await in the back half of the Kukri Cup Challenge, Hunters of the Mythos. Till that time, take it easy, everyone.